Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called The Hunt. This is a 2020 film. It is rated R. It runs an hour and a half, and it stars Betty Gilpin, Hilary Swank, and Ike Barinholtz. The description: 12 strangers wake up in a clearing. They don't know where they are or how they got there. They don't know they've been chosen for a very specific purpose: the hunt. This is The Hunt. Well, hello, everyone. You might have been like me and heard about a couple of things about this movie. It did come out, people did have a chance to watch it. I think it was under a limited basis because certain YouTube reviewers were able to watch it, and I don't think a lot of people were in the general public. So once you get a chance to watch this, you should to get your own opinion about it, because I think there's going to be a lot of different opinions about it and what it means and what it has in it. And I think you have to just be able to observe it and get your own opinion about it before you say, oh, I don't want to watch that or not, based on someone else's opinion. Because I think everybody's going to take away certain things from this movie and like certain parts of it and whatever. So, first off, if you have heard of this movie whatsoever, you know that what its premise is about. It's a political Hunger Games sort of movie, and I am comfortable comparing this to Hunger Games because Hunger Games knew what it was and it knew what it was going to do over a couple movies, and that's why there's this idea worked for them. But for somebody to single out this as just a tool for somebody to use because they have a problem. I'm trying not to give too much away about the movie, but I have to be able to talk a little bit about it, so I'm trying to use some code. But for somebody to use this as their answer to their problem doesn't seem to really work. It doesn't seem like they know what they are as a collective movie and an idea and how to execute the idea as a complete movie. Um, First things first is that I've been watching lots of movies. We're in quarantine right now. We're, forced to stay home, and I have the ability to watch movies that I've never seen before. So I keep doing it. I keep watching all the ones I've never seen before. And so this was one of them and everything. But I've been watching a lot of movies lately that like to use the tool of, oh, we're going to show you this scene. Okay, we're going to go back a year or 6 years or whatever. And that really does get annoying. Just in general, movie making at all, any movie in the world. I hate that way of making a movie. I really do. So we just need to stop that in general because like movies like this, The Hunt, would have been a lot better, I think, if you just would have gone, okay, let's talk about it. Okay, let's gather the people. Okay, let's have the hunt. But nope, they just can't do that. They just can't keep it that simple. So, I mean, when you do that, when you have a story just go from the beginning to the end, you keep people involved. You keep the mystery up. You keep the action up. You're able to forward the story by having something happen. When you keep going, having back flashes, it just takes people out of the moment. It slows the momentum. And I don't know why people continue to do this, but it really does hurt your movie. I think that's my honest opinion. There's only certain movies that this really works, and it's only certain movies that we really need the information in the past year or the past 6 years. Not all the time we actually need those scenes. They're not even necessary. So that's really my first big criticism of this movie is the backflashes. And then like everybody seems to play their part. It was nice seeing some people that I knew in this movie, some other characters along the way. There's a lot of people sort of involved with this idea. I do enjoy the excitement of not knowing what's coming. We're left to assume not to trust anybody in this movie, but it ends up being actually pretty legitimate. Like it's not just a scare tactic or anything. Like that is seriously the situation is you don't know who to trust. You don't know who's part of this little hunt and who's not. And that all the way until the end, that's a pretty useful thing, and I more so than I thought it would be. Um, the It kind of backfires on itself because towards the end, I'm not gonna say what's going on, but I'm gonna try and say something about it. Okay, it does hurt itself being intriguing because it shoots itself in the foot. If you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about at the end. At the end, there's two people. That's all I'm gonna say there. Okay. Um, as far as the ending goes, and as far as the shooting in the foot goes, it kind of makes you think after you've watched this movie that what they're saying almost makes the movie completely useless. And some of the stuff they're saying at the end, I can't say it on here because I know a lot of people haven't seen this movie, but the stuff they're saying at the end makes it seem like they did not need this movie. They didn't need this idea. The stuff that's coming out of a certain person's mouth suggests that this idea got brought up because other people brought it up. And they brought it upon themselves. And that's really weird. So I don't know, what to do with this movie. I'm not gonna be on the bandwagon saying that it's too political because I understand what it is. I understand what it does. It might be uncomfortable and argumentative for some people, and if it is, you just need to understand that it's just a movie. And if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If you watch it and you get offended by it, don't go talking and raising hell. So it's just a movie to enjoy. It is pretty brutal, which is actually kind of fun. It keeps itself moving. It's nice and short. It doesn't try and draw itself out. I don't like the idea of the last end of the ending scenario. I think that I could think up 100 different ways that people could have, you talk to a movie when you're watching it, don't you? You're like, don't open that door, don't go that way. This is one of those movies. I think I could think up a couple different ways people could have gone and people could have avoided a situation, but for cinematic purposes, they have what happens happen, and they like the kind of the showdown aspect of this movie. They don't really keep us involved with what's going on with everybody else. It's kind of one person at a time. So, yeah, I really liked this movie when I watched it, but then all this stuff kind of started to seep into my brain, and I'm like, it's really good. I need to suggest it to people, but it's not what people are going to expect. It's not as brutal. It's not as interesting as something like Hunger Games. And I think it's going to be a very forgetful movie just for the way they handle the movie itself, with all the dialogue and some other things that I can't say in this review. So I'm going to give The Hunt a B. I do hope everybody gives their own opinion about this. I hope you give it a try if you're able to watch it, but no need to buy it or anything like that. And it's a good one-time view. You get to find out what happens. You go, okay, I know what happens now. So B for The Hunt. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.